So here at the Franklin's house, we've got tons of stuff going on. We've got the exterior frame up, and then we also got the roof on. So now we've got it covered with Tyvek to protect it from moisture and whatnot and rain. The roofers took the measurements of the roof, and we've got metal on order, and we'll get that on here hopefully this week. We're working on HVAC, putting the ducts in, electrical, and putting the plumbing in. And then as soon as we get that done, we'll go roll with insulation, and then we'll be rolling with drywall. And that is episode 106.
So Austin, those are 6 footers, right? We'll cut
Look at this, it's like this is the BK 2000. No, I'm kidding. This is just a big drill bit, 2.5 inches. So this room was an afterthought, right? So we made this the mud room, but it was just gonna be a storage room. It's just a perfect door and a perfect place to put the dog wash. I'm gonna put the water heaters right here, big utility sink, then the dog wash. I gotta bring the hot water out, cold water in, and I can bring some extra water and then bring some extra electrical over. I've got 1 foot of concrete to drill through. Austin's gonna help me out here shortly. But we're gonna drill 1 big hole, maybe 2, and then possibly a couple small ones to get the water lines through and that. So I'm hoping I don't hit any rebar, but this could get nasty. We'll see what happens. Look at that thing, brand new. This thing's probably gonna get pretty trashed once we hit the rebar. I think this is gonna take a while. Progress, not much. 14 inches to go. Have more flat. If you go down, you're freezing the depth you're digging. Like that? Yeah, right there. Push! It's not that heavy. Así, güey, ¿cómo vamos a completar el piso? ¿Qué? Okay, what? So those ports? No. I thought those would be up next to the Three. Oh, well, up inside. We'll do a cross braces across the front.
He's got 3.
Hey, he's going through it?
We're trying from the backside.
You'll never measure it. You're almost through it.
Yeah.
Vas a marcar, mira. las cuadras. Bien. Deme las cuadras.
Closet. What storage? And the front the FBL, the one more right there, and the one door right here, AC machine. Spencer. Y una preguntota, ¿y mi hermanito? Que ahorita me cruzo yo para allá a soltarle, güey. Ahorita me va a subir a la pipa, vamos a montar. Mira, usted acá, yo pico, para estar moviendo a Felipe, estar rodando, volar los dos. Yo me subo ya a soltar. Dale, ahí se mueve acá. Espérame, yo me voy para allá. Súbete ahí en medio. Aquí la hay. Hay que tener ese momento raro.
For free at the Excel site. The only medical school in Texas for people ages 18 and trade professional diploma means better jobs and
We're
wages. We're investing in centerhighschool.org.
¿Qué habla? ¿Esta la está leyendo? Sí. Así va a ir. ¿Y la capotea? Ah, Jaime, no mueva.
The pretty side this side and the pretty side this side, it'll be a double rock walls that comes up. It'll look really awesome. This whole little slab right along here. We'll pressure wash it. There's a little bit of a overspray of concrete on it, like a little run on it. But once you blast it off, you'll have the natural rock color, and it's gonna be really nice. It'll look like the wine room. Like this is exact piece of same outcrop that rolls right into the wine room. This, you see how it's cut at 30-degree angles? You know, nature does that. It breaks rocks at 30-degree angles. And you can see it laid here in slabs. And there's just all the way up this hill, there's just these layers and layers of slabs of this granitic type rocks. And it's awesome. And so we're gonna use it as a foundation base, and we're gonna put our limestone straight on it, and it's gonna come right on out. And then our driveway will be where you're standing down there. So you're gonna have this little area of rock coming out. So it's gonna be real pretty. It's gonna be a nice little aspect of using nature into our design. Yeah, you'll be more in the corner than they hit. So that little piece of steel they cut out with a torch. But I'm just telling you, once you hit that steel, it slows you down. But if you come over just a little bit, concrete breaks and fails. It's good in compression, but bad in tension. It's been one of those mornings, yo. Okie dokie. So the Mini X is coming today. You can dig over here, and so we got to stay at least a foot thick. And I'm having trouble getting steel, because all the trucking companies can't get the steel out here, but I'm gonna get steel delivered tomorrow probably. Okay. I'm either gonna do, so I talked to the engineer, and typically we use number 5s. Okay. So instead of doing a 16-inch spacing on number 5s, we'll do maybe a 14 or a 12-inch spacing on the number 4s, if that's what we're able to purchase. And that way you get the same amount of steel and same tension capability. You're still getting the same quantity of steel on the foundation. This is like the beam of the retaining wall, and you're down to solid bedrock, so it's going to be real strong. Yeah. And then the rest of the house sits on top of it. Okay, so yeah, here's what we're pouring next to the boon. So we'll have to add these steps in. So that kind of goes back. You're probably gonna have to excavate that with a Mini. Okay. So you can see where it is. It's 16 foot 10 over, and then I believe they're 3 foot wide. But let's just over dig it. So maybe not go 50.
3.9.
Oh, 3.9. Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So let's go a foot over each side of it because
Okay.
we'll end up pouring concrete on it.
Okay.
And so that's definitely a concrete stem wall, not a stem wall, but a retaining wall as we put it in. So we'll get these portions dug with the beams. We'll form it up like this, the little nubbin for the stairs, and then when we pour the retaining wall, it'll look like this. And then we'll come back and we'll pour the other retaining walls on top.
Yeah.
On the sides, and then we'll put the top lid. So that's what I was talking about. The house comes out and over. So while we're working on this stuff, we can put the base in for the retaining wall, and we can go do this all the way up. It's a good stopping point here in the garage. You can excavate all this stuff and get it ready. The garage is a whole other beast, and we'll just keep. Once we get this done, heck, we could even start on framing. We'll see. But that's the big plan. Okay. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. Minnie's here this afternoon. I figured. Now let's go over to the Franklins because we got a concrete pour on Wednesday. 2 o'clock.
Okay.
One truck.
Okay.
One truck. And what we got to do is we got to slide OSB. I'm sorry. I keep saying that. Hardy panel or metal planks down the side of this because he doesn't want to get any concrete on his pipes.
Got it.
And I got it. So even though we may abandon the system, but we're gonna just in case we don't. So they need to slide the boards down, backfill it with dirt.
Okay.
And if you use the Hardy panel, then you don't have to remove it because it's cement board.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
concrete in the hole. They got the steel in place. We'll put the boards around it, and there we go. Also arriving tomorrow are these weld plates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We've got one up at the house. It's a 1/2 inch thick with the bolts.
Okay.
So between you and Justin, I need him to weld these plates. So I got an 8x8 plate in the middle of this, and an 8x8 plate on that. And so what I would suggest is once the concrete's poured, it's still super sloppy wet, you just slide that plate down there with the bolts.
Okay.
Down into the concrete. So we got that one, 8 inch. The other, the other weld plate goes right here in the corner.
Okay.
These are going to be 4x4 steel. Well, those are 6x6. So the weld plates here are you're just going to take a 8x8 plate and cut it in half, and there's going to be long ways, 8 inches that way, and there's going to be 2 bolts on each side of it,
Okay.
and then the 4x4 sits on it. Okay, it's all in the plans. So the one thing we also have to do is when they pour the concrete, it's got to be flush with this because you see the tile layer.
Yeah.
The tile's going to go on top of it, and so this right here is actually thick enough. We could probably do 3-inch steel, number 3.
Okay.
Or we can get that roll of mesh. I'm just gonna lay a little roll of mesh on it right here, just to kind of hold it together. Like I said, it's not gonna be seen. It's gonna be covered up. And he's got steps that go down. He's got some steel. He needs to put some steel this way in it, and kind of bore in.
Got it.
And then also when they do this, when it'll be finished. So when they do it like they've done on the rest of their steps, they need to pull these boards off, and they need to hand trowel and finish it because they may not put tile on it.
Okay.
Okay. So.
We should probably delve into that with the number 3s, right?
I concur. But you got to get it right in the middle. So, you got 3 inches here. So yeah, 1.5 inches, and you just got to make sure it's covered, obviously. Okay. So they're almost done with this. Quite honestly. Just to verify. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's the new columns.
Okay.
But yeah, should be kind of flush. And that's why we broke off all that rock, so we can tie it all together. Because the rock lug will come along here and tie in. So, is that a step down? This power pole here is mounted on the face of this right here.
Okay.
So the electrician said when you pour this concrete, leave a bump out in the concrete right here. So the concrete can go down to the ground, but what he needs is the ability to get the pipes hot and bend them over into the wall. So there'll be a 2x6 wall, a 2x6 wall, I think.
Okay.
So he needs the concrete, like a hole here, after you pour it, and we'll come back and patch it, because it's going to be tiled, right?
Okay.
He needs to be able to take this conduit and bend it back into the wall so you can tie into the new box.
So just form up a box around the...
Bingo.
Yeah.
Put a 2x4 around it, little hole around it. That way they can do the manipulation and then get it where they need to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, when you say 2x4, am I going all the way to the dirt right there
No.
with it? Just as deep as a 2x4 from
Yeah, so the 2x4
concrete.
You know, when they pour this, they pour it flush, you know?
Yeah.
The 2x4 will be down into the concrete, so you're losing 3.5 inches of concrete,
Okay.
and it kind of goes around it. And that way it gives them enough maneuver room to get into where they need to go, and then we can come back with some structural concrete and fix it back.